But it was a progress chaser's phone that rang, because our phone was engaged. And when I got on the phone, you see, it was my dad to say that he'd received a cablegram from Frank to say that he was in Switzerland. Of course, no more to do. I just turned round. I'd only got to turn round.
To the table.
Just picked the 600 to 800 cards that I'd sorted out, just flung them up in the air and said, "Whoopee!" She said, "Whatever's all that?" And of course I said, "Oh, that's my dad to say I've had a cable from Frank and he's in Switzerland." Of course, there's no more to it, really.
Did she say anything to you?
Pardon?
Did the other girl say anything to you?
Well, I suppose he'd say good, or something of that. I can't really remember if he'd say anything.
And you then had to pick all the clocking cards
I had to pick them all up and sort them out all in number again to put on the sheet.
So did a supervisor come up or anything? Did you get into trouble for throwing them up?
Oh, no. No trouble at all. Oh, no, the office was full, because what we termed the day shift had just, they'd started. Well, they came on at 8 o'clock, you see. They'd all come in the office, of course the progress chaser didn't start till 8 o'clock. So of course the office was full when I just stood there and threw the cards up.
And what did they all say? I mean, were they pleased?
Oh yes, as I say, they all just said, "Oh God," I think, and that was that. You started sorting the cards out again to put them on there. Of course, you didn't have a lot of time. We getting cracking as soon as we got the cards in. We used to have to stand on the clocking machines, watching we should watch the shift going off. We should have to watch our shift coming on and the shift going off. And that is the shift that we worked on their output, you see. Well, the shift that followed us on worked on our shift cards. You didn't work on your own shift at all, you see. We used to have the red shift, the green shift, the red shift, blue shift and green shift. See, well, I was on the blue shift and we worked on the green shift cards. And the red shift worked on the blue shift. And the green shift worked on the red shift card.
Mm.
You know, all the record sheets were all stamped, whatever shift they were on, green shift, red shift. They were to put on whatever shift they were on.
Can you remember the incident with your father when you said you wanted to go and work at Swinnerton? Can you remember, how it came about and what you said to him?
Well, I think it was when he had word Frank was missing. Of course, I just said to my dad, "Well, I'm going on down to the labour exchange and going on to work on munitions." But my dad said, "Oh no, you're not." I said, "Why?" He said, "Well, you're not going in there. You're not going on that stuff." He said, "I'll tie you down in your bed before I let you go and work in that stuff." And I'm sure that I said to him, "Well, I can go and work in an office, for office work." And of course, when I did go, and as I said before, there was no office work going at the time, and I finished up on stores, which was in the yellow powder.
What did he say when you said, "Well, I can get an office job"?
Oh, he didn't mind at that. He didn't mind me going on the office job, but he didn't know. Well, of course, when I first started, he didn't object to me going in the stores.
Mm.
But he didn't know when I first started that it was on among the powder. It wasn't loose powder, but I'm just trying to think what they used to call them. I think they were called pallets, you see. They were made, they were all rolled in paper and made it that they put in the bomb cases. These were that they did on this first group that I went on when I first started there. Then of course after a while, as I say, I put in to go on to what they call the Labour Office side, and I took the entrance they had to take an exam, which came through 100%, and the Labour officer said it wasn't enough, he wanted 120. Of course he passed me on to the work taking.
Did you ever work, you said you used to sing White Cliffs of Dover and...
we used to sit singing that as we were...
Was that
was when we were working in the office on nights.
That's when you were working in the office?
Yeah. We used to sing all sorts, Bless This House and Lover Come Back to Me, all kinds we used to sing.
Were they all doing clocking cards like you?
Yeah. There was only the work takers and the Labour office girls on night shift.
So how many girls were there with you? Yeah.
We'd got, on our shift there was May Wallace, Flo Brain, did one, two, didn't mention these names, I'm for heaven's sake, there was 1, 2, 3, myself, 5 of us.
Do you think we could use those names, May Wallace and the other person?
Well, I don't know whether they'd mind. I don't know whether they're still in this area.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can just say there was May, there was Rosa, there was Flo, Francis, myself. There was 5 girls. And with a senior work taker. Round the big table.
We used to have this big table?
Yeah, we used to have a big progress, what would they call it? They'd call it progress, wouldn't they? It was a big sheet, and you just have to go through you used to have the very hard pencils or the big steel plate sheet underneath. But at each shop, they got the output and what so many hours spent on such and such a thing, or if the machines had broken down, there was so many hours, what they called waiting time, as they were waiting for the machines, waiting for the fitters and all that. Waiting for stores, anything.
Was it a day shift or a night shift that you were working on when you heard about Frank?
Oh, well, I was on early mornings.
So it was early in the morning?
Left home about 5:30. I clocked on many a time, just turned 6 o'clock.
That's when you heard about the clocking cards, early in the morning?
Yeah. Well, as I say, it was turned 8 o'clock, because all the day staff, the progress staff, all the long day, what we used to call the long day shift was on. See, all the shop managers and the manager's secretary and all those staff were on.
Can you remember what you said to the girls at all? While you were working, can you remember any particular incident or conversation that you had? Was anybody that you liked?
No, I know I said, well, I should have to go back home. Oh, I can't, I'll have to go back home, I can't work now, I'll have to go back home and send a cable, which I think I left at 12 instead of 2. And what we should have 2-3 miles to walk down to the admin offices, admin entrance. You see, when there used to be East Gate, North Gate, South Gate, and the buses used to go right round the factory, dropping off at different gates, you see. Well, those gates were closed until it was time for the next shift to come on. If you wanted to get off the factory, you had to go right down to the administration block, and they wouldn't let you off without you had a permit to, permission to go off the factory. The police wouldn't let you through the gates when you were once on. I had to go down because I asked Ketchum. I asked him if I could go off at 12, and he said when we'd got all the work finished, he said yes, I could go, but he didn't give me a permit. So when I got down to the administration entrance there, I had to go to the head work taker of the administration block to get a permit to get off the factory. Because then he rang up Ketchum first before he gave me the permit to get off. And I came through on an ordinary service bus to Newcastle. And then went down to Newcastle and sent a cable through to Switzerland. But what I put on it I couldn't tell you. Can you remember?
Do you remember getting it to?
Put it over there. I went up to the Sentinel office, I think, and asked them if they would print it, put the photograph in, and ask for anyone with information, because, as it was said, that there was so many taken prisoners on, I can't remember the date it gave you in the press, and it was quite a big number, so that we thought, well, if there's anyone else reported missing for that same day, we should have an idea, whether he was a prisoner or what had happened.
Did you discuss this with your mother and father?
Well, with my dad, yes. And I don't know whether Frank's father was. I think it Frank's father as well. I think, as a matter of fact, I think it was his dad has said. His dad has said, go up to them, put it into the Sentinel, and ask for information, because when they can know what to put in, and you tell them. And with that, I had one or two that came that had reports, that they were reported missing.
So you went down to the Sentinel. Was there a special desk for putting these adverts in, or?
No, I don't think so.
Was it just the ordinary advert desk?
Oh no, I think they fetched one of the reporters down, if I can remember right.
Came down here, or?
Oh no,
in the
down
offices?
down to the counter. I think they fetched one of the young fellas down there from the editorial to take down all particulars, and then they were.
So you told him you would tell him that Frank was missing?
Yeah. I'm just trying to think how they put it in. I know it was anyone, with information, something like that. I can't remember. I should have a cutting somewhere, but they put it in.
And you took a photograph with you?
I took the photograph that we had. Your wedding photograph, yeah.
So he just accepted it, because this happened every day, just said,
Yeah. Oh well, I took the letter with me, that I had from the War Office. I took that up with me, because they put the number in and everything.
Yeah.
The Trooper F.E. Bailey 790991. He put all that in.
So it was an everyday occurrence to
Oh,
the
yeah.
editor, so you
Yeah,
didn't sort of...
Well, can you remember if there were any other people putting advertisements in at the same time?
Well, not in exactly the same way that they put that in, for me. Because, but I know there was one or two, as I say, came down. Wainwright and Salter, they came. Mrs. Wainwright, Salter.
What, they came to see you after you'd put the advert in?
Yeah, after they'd seen that in. After they'd had the photograph and the announcement in, they came down.
Down to the shop?
Came here, yeah.
Did they have any information or?
Oh, wait a minute. No, did they come here? Wait a minute. I know my dad took me up on the motorbike once. Whether that'd be when I had word to say. I think that'd be when I had. Yes, they came down here, and I think when I had a card from Frank to say he was prisoner. My dad took me up there because he, as I say, used to have a motorbike and sidecar, and he took me up to Smallthorne to these people to tell them that I'd had word from him. I had word from him a long time before any of the others had word to say that they were prisoners.
And did he mention anybody else who was in the camp with him?
Oh,
Who'd been taken prisoner with him?
No, only, they hadn't got room at.
No.
only Eric, because, well, he knew us. I knew Eric very well, you see.
Plenty of prisoners.
No. Well, I can't.
Can you remember anything about the concert when you sang Miss You?
But I can't remember what the other sang. I've not the foggiest idea. All I can remember is singing that one myself.
What happened? Did you know you were going to sing before the concert?
Oh yes. They used to the Labour officer. She'd get these things up, and she'd get different operatives to sing, and she came and asked me if I'd sing one night, just to make this up entertainment for yourself.
Yeah.
And just for something for the operatives.
So she actually heard you singing while you were on night duty?
Oh, we used
did
to
she?
sing when we were, as I say, in the office. Yes, because she'd a small office off our big office, just the big office thing. And as I say, we used to sit singing all Bless This House, all sorts. Oh, I'll tell you another one that used to be our favourite now then. Did one day at the organ. Yeah.
What was it called?
That was The Lost Chord. We were always. I think.
Can
we
you
sang
remember
that
how
at
it went?
Well, seated one day at the organ. I was weary and ill-at-ease. Wasn't it?
Sing it for us, come on.
Oh, how does it start? Aren't you asking me to sing now? Give me a couple of whiskies. Because I can't remember it all through now. Seated one day at the organ, I was weary and ill-at-ease. My fingers wandered idly over those ivory keys. That's the one, isn't it? I know not what they were playing, or what they were thinking of. Dee 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 dee. La dee dee dee. Torment at the sound of the great amen. That's the one, isn't it?
That's nice.
You sing.
Can you remember Miss You? That's the
I
one
can't
you
remember
sang.
the words to it properly. The only place you get that from's the BBC.
Are you sure it was called Miss You?
Oh yeah, because we've heard it, haven't we? Yeah. We are. Miss you since you went away, dear.
Record.
Miss you more than I can say, dear. Night time, day. It's something like that. Daytime, nothing I do can make me forget that I still love you. Now this is where I can't remember. Kiss you. No, or he told you or something. In my dreams I hold you. Dee, dee. Darling, how I miss you. Lottie, you'll not ever miss me as I miss you. Something like that it goes.
And was that was the song that you sang at the concert?
That was the one I sang one night on the concert.
And
It isn't one, unless Ken Dodd's done it.
Did you have to get up on a stage and sing it?
Oh, we did, yes, and the last
What happened? Can you
got
remember?
tongue-tied at the first start. I cried up the first, I'd forgotten how to start the thing. And,
Did you have an orchestra to play?
oh no, one of the girls in the on the Labour Office side, of the Labour Office table, played the piano.
And did they announce you?
Oh yes. Oh yes, the Labour officer did all this. She's
What would she say?
She used to say, now we'll have, well, when I'd go up, she'd say, now we'll have Mrs. Bailey from the Worktakers singing, of course, Miss You, the song that I'd chosen to sing. What I can't remember what the other, of course there was two or three, perhaps it'd only be about four of you.
Yeah.
You see, singing, and they'd all have a different song. They'd all sing a different song. Anything for a bit of entertainment.
Were they all girls?
Oh no, you got boys. Some of the boys would go on. The fitters would perhaps one of the fitters would go on. Or anyone on the group as the.
During the meal break, that would be.
Yeah, during the meal break.
So
you see.
other people were eating?
Oh yes, they'd probably have the meal, and because we only used to have half an hour's break in any case. But when you had, when they got a concert on one night, they probably had 3/4 of an hour break. You see, but
Was it in the canteen?
yes,
So there was.
They were sitting at tables eating
yeah, they'd
while
be
you
sitting
sang.
at the tables while you were singing.
Were they just having a sort of snack meal, or was it just a proper sit
Oh,
down?
oh no, they don't. They were only snack sandwiches or anything like that.
So they'd just be having sandwiches
yeah,
and tea?
you hadn't have a lot. I mean, you hadn't got time for anything else.
You didn't have a microphone or anything like that, you just had a little raised...
Oh, they might. Yes, I think they had mics, if I remember right.
And what did you stand on?
Oh, he's got a proper platform with a piano and everything.
Did you say anything when you got up on the platform?
No, no. I was too. Oh, I tell you, I got too scared.
So you got up and you started to sing.
Just yes, nothing came out.
And then you started
Just
again.
then I went to the piano and looked what the words and started up again.
Go back to the piano?
I went to the piano. I'd completely forgotten how it started. I suppose I got that scared. But anyway, it went all right after when I just looked at the words and found out, you know.
And did you get a round of applause afterwards?
Oh yes. Oh yes, we got the applause all right. Oh yeah.
You want to come on a Sunday when you do lunch?
Tomorrow, just you wait and see. Oh, then let pipe out and put that thing out.
Last night.
Right, would you like to tell us about this dream, this light?
That's right.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you about when it first started.
Yes.
It was when I was in bed with the flu for a fortnight. And this is when it first started. It came to the bottom of the bed. You see, when the air raids first sirens went, this light came to the bottom of the bed. And that was I was going out the first time after having the flu. I was going up to Hanley. Was the morning that I had word to say Frank was missing. Yeah, but as I say, this light used to come every time that they had an air raid. I'd always get the light with me. If I was in bed, it would come to the bottom of the bed. But one particular night, as when we were down the cellar, my mum and dad and myself, and my mother was on a camp bed. I was in a deck chair with my feet across the bottom. My dad was lying on the table that we have down there. And I could see this light. And I picked my flashlight up, the torch up, thinking I'd left it on. I was just putting it down again when my mother said to me, "Gladys, have you got your flashlight lit?" I said, "No, I've just had a look." "Why?" She said, "Well, this cell is all lit up." I said, "Oh, can you see it as well?" She said, "Yes." And my dad said, "What are you two rambling about?" My mother said, "This cell is all lit up." He said, "I can't see it lit up, it's pitch dark to me." Because he thought we were being funny, you see. But anyway, one night when he'd been up to the garden, he came in and he said, "Oh, Gladys, I shan't laugh at you anymore." I said, "Why, Dad?" He said, "Well, I've had a light." He said, and I thought to myself, there's some silly fool got a big bright light at the back of me. He said, "I've turned round and there's no one there." He said, "This light followed me all the way down from the garden, down the garden path." And he said, "I haven't needed a light to bring me down." Of course, he believed me after that.
Yeah.
But as I say, every time the air raids come on, I should have this light. I've told you about it every time.
And it lasted all through the war?
It's all through the war. Well, as the sirens came on, didn't matter where I was, it was there. And it was that's when it was sort of guiding me along, because it was always pitch dark out there. You see, with no light at all out there on those places. And the clean ways, as we always call them, they were always black. They were black, but they were a bit on the shiny side, because to make them look like waterways. But
So could you find your way around without
Oh, those could
torchlight?
find a way without a torch when this light came. As I say, it frightened the girls to death one day when I said I got all the light was with me. Wondered what I was talking about. I said, "What light?" Of course I told them. And they said, it was uncanny because they couldn't see it. But I'd always got it. And I never felt scared when the raids were on. When I got that light with me.
Has it come back since the war?
No, never had it, never since. No, well, we've never had any air raids, you see.
It was just
Just
for
on
the air raids.
just when the air raids came. I say it would be at the bottom of the bed, all the wherever it was, that would be there, guiding me along.
Yes.
What it was, I don't know whether it was just, it was my imagination, but it was there.
And it first happened just after you heard Frank was
No,
missing?
before Frank was missing.
Ah.
I was in bed with the flu. I was in bed for a fortnight. And that's when it first started, when I first saw it, at the bottom of the bed, when the signs. Because we used to have, my mother and dad had their bed in this, well, they got it as a sitting room, in this room here, well, I got it, we have it of course as a storeroom. They'd got the bed down there. I used to have mine in the passage. This camp bed in the passage here, or else it had gone down the cellar. I said, "Well, I'm not stopping upstairs on my own." Of course, when I got the flu, I was sleeping in this. I was downstairs, of course, in this bed in the sitting room there. And he came at the bottom of the bed.
What did you think it was to begin with?
I don't know. I'd always worn. One of the sisters at the convent at Newcastle gave me a pendant of Our Lady of Lourdes. And because it was supposed to be, it reckoned to have been, it had had it blessed. And I don't know whether she gave Frank's mother one, she gave myself one. And I hardly ever took it off my neck until, well, when I went to Swinnerton, I had to take it off because they wouldn't allow you over the cleanways with these things on. And to me, it always seemed as if it was this Our Lady of Lourdes. No,
Yeah. That's what you thought it was?
But when I was down the cellar, there seemed as if there was a figure going up and down the side of the bed. This camp bed that my mother was lying on. At this light, and it seemed as if this figure was going up and down the side of the bed.
In the light?
In the light.
Oh.
See, and it looked, to me, it seemed like this Our Lady of Lourdes.
Oh, really?
Like this pendant. But it didn't appear to be that or any other time.
No.
It just a light there. But it seemed to be an oval light. Like, as I say, like the shape of this pendant.
Did it give you a lot of comfort, the light?
Yeah. As I say, I never felt at all scared when the bombs were dropping at all. Never felt a bit scared. And out at Swinnerton it never bothered me. I suppose I just got confidence in this light, I think.
And when was the last time that you saw it? Would it be the last air raid or?
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh yes, it was there. Every time we had the air raid, it would be there. It would come and say it seemed as if it was round your feet, behind you when you were out anywhere. And you were guiding you around. Well, as I say, whether it was just my imagination or what, I don't know, but that light was there. And that particular night it brought my father. He just couldn't. He couldn't get over it. You know, he said, well, I've laughed at you. He said, but I'll never laugh anymore. He said, it brought me down from that garden. And he said, I could have sworn there was someone at the back of.
And did your mother see it ever again?
No,
or just that once in the
she just
cellar?
saw the cellar lit up that night. And I don't know. No, I don't think that was the night that they dropped one at Donald's Toklo Road. No, I think it was like later on. No. They were dropping them all around that particular night, around in Stoke Station and up at Thistleberry Avenue, around the Keel that way. They dropped them that particular night. That we were down there, down the cellar. I think it was all lit up.
Can you tell me about, you were telling Jackie about another dream that you had earlier on the bus coming back from Swinnerton, I think it was.
Oh, Charlie Broad, I was calling him Jim. I didn't think that sounded right. Oh, this was a young fella that was up in the Air Cadets, along with my cousin, my auntie Lily's son. And of course, when the war was started, they were all called in, you see. Straight off they went in. Well, young Charlie Broad was reported missing in the RAF because I think he was a pilot. And they were months and months and they hadn't heard anything. Well, coming home one night, because nearly all of us fell asleep coming off nights, because we were on from 10 o'clock till 7, you see. And this particular night I was dreaming I could see this plane with Charlie Broad in, and I saw it get hit and come down. Of course I saw it from the bump as the plane hit the ground. It made me jump, and I'd just got the bus was just coming round Queen's Road and up by Hartshill Church there, because it used to come all round Oak Hill there, dropping off Penkle and down to Hartshill and to pull up just opposite the church. And I came home and said to my mother, I said, Mum, I told her about the dream. I said, they won't hear any, Charlie Broad won't come home, because his mother was confident that he'd come home, you know. And I said, they won't hear any more of young Charlie. She said, why? And of course I told her what my dream was. I said, I'm sure they won't see Charlie anymore. They never heard any more. Only that he was missing, presumed killed. no, never heard where or anything like that. But I suppose you'd go off on a raid, you know, on a bombing raid, and you just get blown up, I suppose. But I never heard that loud anyway, you know, where he'd come down or anything at all about it. But I said after that dream, I'm sure he won't come back. And I say he never did.
Did it frighten you having dreams like that?
No, not particularly. Because I'm always getting, I very often do it. Yeah, very often.
What, dream about things that have happened or will happen?
That usually happen, yeah. Oh yes, if it's a dream that I can remember, you know, that stands out plain and I can remember what it is, I can always guarantee that it will definitely happen as I've dreamed about it.
Did anything else? Did you have any other dreams like that during the war?
Not as I can remember, not as I can recall. These things come to you gradually, they come to me.
Yes. Well, never mind if you
I
remember.
say, not as I can recall any.
No. Oh, that's good.